Okay, part two with Rocco Blasi. Rocco, tell me a little bit about your later career in teaching, and then also about your connection with Egidio Clemente.
Okay, the connection with Clemente actually started again with part of my teaching. First of all, I developed, actually convinced the president of Triton College to have Italian included in the curriculum. It just so happened that his wife was a part-time teacher in the English department where I was working, and I was chairman. And we became very good friends. And I said, why don't you have it Italian there? It's in the neighborhood right there,
This
Triton
was
College.
in the 1970s?
Yes. And I have an article from the Franoid that I can show you about it. And
Yeah,
give you a copy.
I would like that backup
Yeah.
information.
Right. And so I talked, and she convinced her husband that, yeah, we should have one. And her husband said, well, who's going to teach it? I said, well, my friend Vittorio Ranieri is the best Italian teacher I know. Well, I asked them, they said, no, I'm so full. In fact, he was running all over the place. They said, why don't you teach it? I said, I'll be glad to. So I start the whole curriculum. I set it all up, the textbook, the assignments, the plan for a 4-year set of courses. And I start teaching it. First I had 2 classes, then 3 classes. They want me to teach 4 classes. It's illegal. I can't do that. I'm working full-time for Chicago City Colleges. I cannot have another full-time job.
Yeah,
They
that's
said,
a
but
lot.
the course was so popular because there's so many Italians living in that
Yes.
area. And so I was the first, the one who started it. But I had to leave because they said, we need a full-time teacher now. The response has been so phenomenal. We can't just have somebody come here for 2 courses when we have over 200 people trying to apply for it. And that's how it started. And I don't know, I hope that they're still continuing to offer Italian there. But that's, I did that. I taught Italian at the Harper College. But for adult education.
Never with the city college.
Never
because
with the
you
city
didn't have the
college.
credentials.
I wasn't qualified for the city colleges.
Okay.
No. So that's my involvement. Then from there, Vittorio Ranieri, the great Vittorio, he's Neapolitan chain smoker, which killed him because he had cancer. He said, they're looking for somebody to do the translation and edit for this magazine called La Parola del Popolo. And I said, well, why don't you do? He said, I'm too busy. I'm running all over the place. I can't do it. I've helped him out, but he needs somebody to do a lot of work for you. So at that time, I was also working for Franoi, and I was the editor of the Italian section of Franoi with Padre Pierino, a great, one of the best priests and humanitarian I've ever met in my life. And he was very, very nice. And so I said, well, so I'm doing the Italian editor of Franoi, and now I'll be the English editor of La Parola del Popolo, because any article that need to be translated and published in English, I had to do it. So if the President of the Republic sent a letter, if the Council sent an announcement, I had to translate all that into English because Clemente's English was minimal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right. So that's what I did for several years until I forgot exactly but I think that his health was bad, and he was when his wife died, things happened, changed so much.
This was the beginning of the 1970s.
Right. Yeah.
And then he died in the middle of the 80s?
Something like that. Right. Yes. And then again, also same thing happened with Franoi. I was doing all the work and trying to get some money. And the editor at that time, I don't know if he's still now there, Basile, was giving me a hard time. He wanted me to be there all the time. I said, I'm a full-time teacher, Pan. For what I'm getting paid here every 6 or 7 months, I had to practically pull my teeth out. Maybe they're the same now. No, they're still the same. But anyway, I just couldn't do it anymore, and we weren't getting along.
What about the politics of La
The
Parola?
politics, I never got involved. La Parola del Popolo, I never got involved in the politics. It was a socialist paper, but in the sense of Italian socialism, not the socialism that is purported in America. And I never got involved into the politics. I was strictly a literary person, an editor and a translator. And the only thing, I wrote some articles mostly to exhort people, to excite them, to get them involved in the Italian activities rather than pay just say a few words and a pat in the back and get a medal from the government. The Cavaliere questo e quest'altro,
Were you ever awarded a Cavaliere?
No, I never got anything. I have an article I want you to take it there because I wrote it in there when I tried to get some money for my Fulbright scholarship. I wrote to every Italian organization. Nobody even answered me. The only one that answered was at that time was Celebrese. He was Secretary of Education at Celebrese, and he was from Anzi, right across the street from my hometown. And so that's the only one, and my own congressman wouldn't bother with it. So nobody really helped me when I needed. I went to the consulate to get some maps to bring to my Italian students of Italian. And he said, oh, well, you'll have to fill this in triplicates, you have to show this and that. So I went a few blocks, I went down to Michigan Avenue to the Alitalia. They gave me 100 maps of Italy. They had all the flights on it, but at least I was able to give my students a map of Italy. These are the politics that really bother me. When you say politics, you're supposed to help people, but I was in the movie with Marcello Mastroianni when he was here, and I met Enrico Fermi's wife and all that. After the movie, people left.
Marcello was here? Did you meet him personally?
I was a friend of it. We drove together. I had a little part in the movie. I have pictures. And he said, I got to find the pictures because in one picture he's kissing my wife at the consulate. They gave an evening for us, but
impossible competition.
And it just so happened he was such a nice person. The day he was complaining at that time, he was in love with this French actress, and he said, I don't know, I can't stand it anymore. I need her here. So he called her, and she flew in 24 hours later, and exactly 9 months later, she had a girl, Chiara, Marcello Mastroianni's only daughter, with the French actress. So anyway, I was part of it, it was very nice. 1971, I think it was, yeah.
So he was making a movie here in Chicago? Or
I did a small part. Mostly I did some translating. I was showing them where to go. I had the great privilege of parking downtown and the cops watched the cars of our. But the moment they found out, the mayor of Daly found out that the movie producer or director was depicting some parts of Chicago. This was down Madison Street. Unfavorably, all the protection stopped. All the cars that could park anywhere were ticketed. It changed just like that overnight.
What was the name of the movie?
Excuse me, my name is Rocco Papaleo. I'm a poster, right? I'll be able to show you. Yeah. Excuse me, Marcello Mastroianni was playing the part of an Italian boxer who came from Canada to have a fight here in Chicago.
Is it available on DVD?
I don't know.
You don't have a copy of it?
No, I wish I did. No, I did. I did see it once, but
maybe.
Somebody.
You never know.
Maybe I should ask Bob Blackwood, if he would have it, or know where to find it. Yeah, my name is Rocco Papaleo.
Okay, so maybe I'm confusing you with Ranieri.
Okay.
Ranieri was really close to Clemente.
Yes. They were closer. Yes. I think so. And he
In
worked for him
politics.
in politics and everything. Yes, definitely. He was
Okay.
on the left side. Yes, that. Not I just didn't believe in all this propaganda. See, when you study philosophy and history of literature, you see a larger picture. You don't confine yourself to one specific thing. A binocular has two lenses, and you have to see the whole picture. You have to look through both lenses, not just one. And I think that's what my background does.
But you were an intellectual, a college professor,
Yes.
and Italian American.
Yes.
How did you feel that you fit into the community, or?
I thought the thing I feel better in the American community than the Italian community, again because of this almost isolationism. In Italian, there's a word called campanilismo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the campanile is, where all the bells are. And so you are supposed to be all for your hometown, regardless of what's going on in your hometown, or in the province, or in the state, or in the party. I believe that you have to go with the truth. And not just because you have an affiliation with a race, a nation, or a political party. If a political party errs or does something bad or it's not all wholesome, you should be able to point it out. Well, no matter what, if your guy is your guy, you can do no wrong. That's not true. See, that's what philosophy did for me. Literature, you have to find the truth where it is, and whatever it is, good and bad, it has to
What
come
about
out.
organized crime? Did you ever run into organized
No,
crime
never.
in your career?
Never. Nobody ever approached me. I never knew of anybody personally or impersonally that had any connection with organized crime ever. That I hear about it, but not a single person ever said anything that he or she was part of a family or part of a group of people here.
What about
Nothing.
clubs and associations? What do you remember of?
Not really. No, I didn't belong to any clubs. We did some programs at DePaul with the Franoi, with the food recipe, locale,
Yeah.
movies and stuff like that, but not with any particular club or organization.
There was a lecture series on Italians and
Yes, I
journey
did.
through Italy or
Yes,
something
Journey.
like that.
I did that. Yes,
You did
yes, I
that?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I
And
did that.
who came to that?
Actually, many Americans came to it because the thing about Americans, they want to know about Italy while they're here. So when they go there, they're not unprepared. They have something, and if they just hear the usual mango bongo thing, pasta fagioli, they said, no, that's not what Italy is all about. It's Rossini, it's Dante, it's Carducci, it's Marconi, all of so many people, the Risorgimento, the writers, the musicians, the inventors, the historians. There's so much that went on that you have to bring to the foreground, because otherwise they go to the Florence or they go to Pisa, they look at the tower, oh, look at that, it's leaning, or the Sistine Chapel. How did he paint this and up there? They forget all the training that they had, all the work that they did, going to Massa Carrara to find the marble. You don't get the Pietà just for thinking about it, to find the real thing. See, that demands work.
Quick reaction.
Well,
Your first name, Rocco.
Rocco.
What kind of reaction have you gotten from people?
honest that Rocco is so Italian. The first thing is that people think of Rocky Marciano. So, and the second thing is that it's so Italian, it's manly now. Well, okay, one time it was bad, now it's good. So it changes with the wind. But definitely it defines me immediately as Italian.